Alrighty, party people in the place to be. You know who it is. It's Council Boys. We back. Brand new episode, brand new week. I'm here with the homie Mikey B.
Video games are rad.
Video games are red indeed. Let's get this show on the road. So, new month. You probably haven't heard from us from a couple of weeks, but it's okay. New month, which means there are new stats. Mikey
Yes,
B
sir.
should take it away.
Here we go. So MPD is the source that I got this. They track physical sales at retails, but they also track digital sales from directly from the publisher. And here are the top 20 best-selling games in the United States. Number one.
As of like right now.
For that month of February. So this is the best-selling game that sold in February.
Were there really 20 games that came out in February?
Oh, it doesn't matter if the game came out in February or not. It's just the best-selling games that sold in February.
Oh, it's just
so it
like
could be games So it could be game. It could be a game that came out like 2 years ago that somehow was on sale for like $10 and all of a sudden like sold a million copies, or it could be a game that came out February 2nd.
Gotcha.
So it's just the best-selling games for that month of February. So top-selling game is Elden Ring, which is on every platform, and it's IGN gave it a 10, so that seems very likely. Number 2 is Horizon 2 Forbidden West, which is the PlayStation 5 exclusive. Sorry, PlayStation 4 and 5 exclusive. Number 3 is Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was number 1 last month. Now it's number 3 this month. A lot of new games. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is also a new game that came out in February, and that was number 4. Number 5 is Total War Hammer 3, which is also a new game at number 5. Still kicking and still ticking and clicking. Call of Duty Vanguard at number 6. In the same boat, Madden NFL 2022. A game that is 4 years old. Mario Kart 8 is at number 8. FIFA is at number 9, 2022. And Minecraft is at number 10. And those are your top 10 games for February.
That's a good chunk, but we said it once, we'll say it again, dude. The Mario Kart Nintendo Switch bundle is it's here to stay. So Mario Kart's probably never gonna get off that chart. But they're still not gonna release a new game, so let's just keep that one on the charts. I do
have another stat for you.
Sure.
This is the best-selling games for 2020 overall. So combining January and February.
It's got to be Elden Ring for sure.
And you are on the money. Elden Ring is selling extremely well. It's the number 1 best-selling game of this year so far. Number 2 is Pokemon Arceus. Number 3 is Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Interestingly enough, number 4 is Call of Duty Vanguard. Number 5 is Madden 2022. Number 6 is Dying Light Stay Human. Number 7, I think this is a bit of a surprise. Monster Hunter Rise. Number 8 is Total War Hammer 3. Number 9 is the old God of War 2018. Number 10 is Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Nice.
And still kicking at number 11, just because we talked about it 30 seconds ago, is Mario Kart 8 is at number 11.
Monster Hunter probably got like a DLC, or did it just come out? No,
it's
Rise
that
came
or
out a while ago.
Or maybe it's like a PC thing. I'm assuming the same thing. Like God of War is at the 2018 God of War and it still is in the top 10. Is I assume it got a PC release.
Yeah, it's on Steam now, which I guess that broke a shit ton of records too. For like the number 1 Steam or the PS4 5 game on Steam to be number 1. Monster Hunter really threw me off. What's throwing me off a lot is fucking Vanguard. The game sucks, dude. I'm a broken record with this game, dude. There's the only thing I can think of that would make this game stand out again is just like the new season, but it's the same shit game. It's here nor there, but you know how it goes. But let's talk about the main event of this section, which was Elden Ring. And I will be brief about this. I've never played a Souls game. ever in my entire life. I know AD used to play it. I think we did like a live stream once with him playing Dark Souls. And the only thing I'm going to really say about it, dude, is I am 60 hours into it. If that doesn't say anything about this game and me, I don't know what does. This game is just packed full of the most craziest shit I've ever had to encounter before in my entire life. And I'm going to keep playing it. Because if I look at the timeline, because like I watched the speed runs.
Mm-hmm.
Because another topic is the game was cracked and speed ran in 30 minutes, which I'm over here 60 hours deep, you know? So I was watching that and watching how like the story progression goes to try to get to the end. And I missed a lot of shit, and I'm still like in the first half of it. So I'm not going anywhere with this game, and I'm just having too much fun. So I could talk about it all day, dude. That's just how much this game has really impacted my life, and I don't know if Kirby could take me out of it. So, because Kirby's dropping 2 weeks, and in the previous episode we talked about my progression of games was I was supposed to be playing Pokemon until then, but the 10 out of 10s really intrigued me, dude. Like I said, I've never played a Souls game. None of that really intrigued me. But everyone at every single network or channel of video game related news gave this a 10. And I just had to be a part of it. And I had to try it out. And I could see why. So I will have more news about that next week. So hopefully I'm not like 120 hours in by then. So no promises because it might happen. But this game is a lot of fun, dude. Which, perfect transition to you, my friend.
Yes, it is.
You think Kirby is going to live up to the hype?
It's possible because, to be honest with you, I had no hype for Kirby. I did not understand why you and AD were excited about this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played the demo. And because honestly, I wasn't gonna buy this game at all. I had no interest. This was like the lowest on the rating scale. But then I played the demo, and then it's moving up the rankings. I think it's up to I'll get in our rankings 20% off.
20% off.
But it could get to day one buy if the ratings are good.
Yeah.
If the reviews and ratings are high enough, like in like the 9 range, 8.5, 9 range, 9.5 range, like I could go. I might be a day one cop.
What changed, dude?
A few things. I think big mouth mode is fun. It's fun. Like you like it's fun when like you like inhale a car and you become a car. It's just like, sometimes, with all the, trimmings of, it has a great immersion, a great story, great character design, so on and so forth, there's the game part of video games. Games have to be fun.
Yeah, for real.
So that part is cool. And then like you get to be a soda machine, and that's kind of fun, and you're shooting sodas and it's like you're moving around, and then so there's that aspect. There's just like it's just fun. It's just like it's a fun, hey, imaginative experience. Two is it rewards exploration, which is something I always highlight in any game where it always like, oh, interesting. There's like a little crack. What happens if that crack breaks and what opens? Oh, look there's a ladder. What happens if I climb that ladder? What's going on? There's rewards, exploration. And there's some RPG elements to it. Like you're allowed, based like not in the demo, but in like other previews I was reading on other video game websites, you're allowed to upgrade your abilities. Like, so you're like the one they were showing is like you inhale like a volcano or a fire guy, and like it shoots fires, but then you could upgrade to like where like it shoots like lava rocks.
Oh, nice.
So you could upgrade like the basic sword attack into like a bigger sword, or or whatever it may be. So I like the idea of like progression and like in your character and how you play. Because different abilities play different. Like the sword attack is more like short range, But then there's like you could like there's like ability like you inhale like a bomb and you're throwing like little like confetti, like little like confetti bombs and stuff. So it's like I like the ability of like you could be like more close combat when you're like in dealing with enemies, or you could be more like long range.
Mm-hmm.
And I like and then just it's and like I was saying, this the ability to upgrade is fun.
Does that ability seem hard to achieve? Because like one of the things that's like happening in like Elden Ring is like you have to have like X amount of items to upgrade. Now, does that feat seem impossible to Kirby Land?
No, dude. This game is like catered to this is catered to like a more like general audience, man. So
Gotcha.
it's like there's like two modes. There's like wild mode, which is supposed to be like the hard mode, and then there's like easy casual mode.
Yeah.
And like the difference with wild mode is like you get to like you gain more points,
Mhm.
which makes it which I assume would make it easier for you to like upgrade your character, and then
Yeah.
you're able to find more Waddle Dees, which also allows you to like go into town and buy X, Y, and Z stuff. So it does you plan a harder setting and it rewards you because you obviously you take less damage, but you're able to like gain more.
Reward.
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward type thing.
Yep. Nice, dude.
And also the boss battle was pretty fun.
Nice.
The first boss, it was like a gorilla, and it was pretty fun. And it was fairly challenging, which I was surprised based on the first level, like on the first world.
The demo's not supposed to be this hard.
It was like, yeah, it was fairly, it wasn't like, super challenging. It was just challenging enough that I was like, okay. Because literally my biggest concern with Kirby is when does this game ramp up? You know what I mean? Because like obviously Kirby Mario games are for everyone. They're for like, your little cousins, to to your grandfather, to us, so on and so forth. It spans generations. But like at some point in any Mario game, like mostly by like world 4 or 5, all of a sudden it's like becomes like, oh, this game is actually hard.
Yeah.
These levels are actually hard. I'm actually, before you're just kind of breezing through these levels, having fun, jumping around, jumping on turtle shells, getting the flower power, having a good time. And then by like world 4 or 5, it was like, whew, I died. Ooh, I died again. Oh, this is very hard. Man, I hope I can make it to that checkpoint so this becomes a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So in the reviews, I really want to know like when does it like it makes that turn.
Gotcha.
To becoming like I know it has to be accessible for like the first like 3-4 worlds.
Yeah.
Like any platforming game, but at some point like when does it turn to become kind of caters towards like I guess our audience, like a person who has been playing video games for a while.
Yeah. Would that make you want to play the hard mode?
I'm definitely playing hard mode. There's no doubt about that.
Oh,
I definitely want. Guaranteed. Gotcha. I'm guaranteed committed to playing in the hard mode.
I didn't know if you.
I want to make sure like there's like a nice ramp up from like being very fun and accessible. Yeah. This is the first world. These are the mechanics. If you've never played a Kirby game,
yeah, this is your tutorial.
I haven't played. Yeah, exactly. And I haven't played many Kirby games, so I don't really have that like nostalgia for Kirby. Like, oh, I remember like Kirby to me has always been like a second tier character mascot, like underneath like Mario, Sonic, Spyro, Crash. The rest of the game.
He's just a better character in Smash Bros. Pretty much.
he's a cool character. Yeah, that's where like his allegiance happened. Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah.
So no, so yeah, I like that. There's like at least from the jump, there's like a little bit of like a harder setting for people who have played video games for a while.
Yeah.
And then I'm definitely looking for like a little bit of like a nice steady ramp in let's say like world 4, 5, 6. Like it's starting to become like a legitimate challenge in it.
How does the open world look? Ugh.
See, now this is where we get to the negatives. It's not open world.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. This is the biggest negative. It's not open world. It's more 2.5D kind of. It's more like
like the Mario game, right?
Yeah, it's more of the Mario game, but less like left to right.
Yeah.
It's like less left to right. Kind of like you kind of like go a little bit towards like left. You could go a little bit further, a little bit wider.
It looks open world, but it's got you on a set path.
Yes,
gotcha.
Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah,
gotcha.
That was my biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Because there's some parts like Kirby, he like obviously he floats and he flies. You're like, oh, let me see how far I can get up to the top of this building.
You hit
like,
the ceiling.
Exactly. Oh, let me go. Oh, there's a little bit of a path to the left. No, so that's the part where like that's where like initially the disappointment came. I was like, this is not open world.
Damn. Well, that kind of shits.
It's a little bit. Well, like it branches out a little bit, and then like they play with verticality a bit, so like you get like above ground a little bit more. And there's like secrets and stuff. But yeah, that's probably the biggest negative I would say. It's not open world. It's not Odyssey. It's more Super Mario 3D World,
Yeah.
3D World, something like that, which is cool, which is fine, but it's not with So that I would say that, and then obviously Kirby games are catered towards like a younger audience. So I want to make sure that game kind of ramps up a little bit. So no, it definitely changed my opinion from gaming, where I did not understand why people like Kirby, to me saying like, oh, I get it, it's fun.
Yeah, I understand that too. Like I also like you take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Because like everything that comes out on the Switch is not like Elden Ring. You know what I mean? Where you're just like dying all the time. It's like, okay, this is also a kid's platform too, and like it's aimed towards them as well. So it's like can't make things too hard.
Sure.
Probably like when you beat the game, you get like a dread mode, you know, for Kirby, and just get one shot everywhere.
That'd be cool. That wouldn't be bad.
Cool, man. Definitely dig it. The demo's out, and I think
demo's out and available. Give it a go. See how you feel about it.
I definitely want to give that a chance because I don't like dying a lot. So maybe this will be a little boost in my abilities as a gamer. So
it's a you could play like on casual mode, and it's a very nice, relaxing, kind of chill Zen experience if you want it to be.
Yeah,
so if you want a little bit of a challenge, you play on Wild. If you just want to be, floating around, playing Kirby, playing like a very fun, colorful. It's a pretty good looking game.
Nice.
Platforming game. It's like you have that like low stress, kind of chill Zen vibe too. If you want to play
dig it
Kirby, so it works both ways.
Right on, man. Have you been playing anything else?
Yes, OlliOlli World, which is a game that we were excited initially, and then maybe not so much, and then once it got 9, we're like, well, maybe, and then this offline. There's been much debate about this game. I'll say much debate offline about this game.
And probably in one of the archive episodes in the vault, we talk about it. Pretty. Sure. I had my piece with it, I guess, in one of the episodes. So who knows where that is?
Yes. So go look back on old episodes to catch up if you want to catch up. But this game is a 2D style skateboarding auto runner. So think
Temple Run.
Any auto runner. Thank you. That's the most popular one. Think Temple Run meets Tony Hawk or Skate. The graphic style is very kind of Adventure Time. So if you're familiar with the cartoon Adventure Time, it very has that vibe. And the game is really fun. It's really fun. It's really fun because it really allows you to play the game as hard or as easy as you like. Like there's the first challenge of beating the course, which is a challenge enough. But there's also checkpoints. And there's checkpoints. There's at least 2 checkpoints between each level. So if you beat the course with checkpoints, that's cool. There's no like harm, no foul. You beat it with checkpoints, that's cool. You beat it without checkpoints, you earn like a little star for like the effort. And then it opens up the next level. But in that level, also there's score challenges that you could try to beat. There's also the Mikey challenges, which is one of the characters in the game, where he has like very Tony Hawk like sometimes like smash 5 inflatable balloon, kick flip over like you said a dumpster, do 4 different type of grinds. So you could do that. So so the only requirement to get to the next world is just to get from the start of the level and to the end of the level, and that's it. But if you want to add on to the challenge of like, okay, I want to beat this level without using a checkpoint, I want to beat the 3 score challenges, I want to beat some of them, the Mikey challenges that they have, it adds on to it. If you want to make this game like, okay, I want 100% every level by beating the scores, beating the challenges, never using checkpoints, you could do that way. Or we could just have a fun time just like skateboarding around, get to the end of the level, play another level, and then the level is obviously advanced and there's different obstacles you have to get through, just like in any other platformer. But it's very accessible, I would say. It's the most, it's like I said, it's challenging or as easy as you want it to be. And I think that's really really rad, as they would say, a really gnar, as they would say in the
So
game.
gnar, dude.
It's so gnar, dude. Yeah.
Do you get rewarded for going above and beyond? That is
Yes.
not cosmetics. So like if you get like I think it's
Currently,
like a 5-star
current
thing, right? Or like you get stars. So like
no
or
stars. Well, yeah,
like
there's stars.
points,
I don't know.
some
Anyways,
shit.
yeah, there's points.
So like if you
Anyways,
get like
yes.
the extra stars, like you just don't spend it on like a new helmet or like a new T-shirt, sort of thing.
It's cosmetic.
Cosmetic.
It's cosmetic, and it opens up challenge levels.
Gotcha. Let's kind of give a
So
give and take to go above and
it
beyond.
open it opens up like different cosmetics, like different hats, helmet, gear. It's very customizable how you want to look, and then it'll open up challenge levels.
Gotcha.
Like can open up like a challenge level, which is a little bit obviously like it says it's
And the challenge
a
level
little bit
is
hard.
different from the storyline, right?
Yeah, a little bit because from the storyline, there's like 5 gods of skateboarding that you're trying to like resurrect or like refine or whatever. The storyline's silly.
That's very
fun.
Adventure
Like,
Time. I was trying to think of like the way to kind of describe it, but it's like, yeah, you just have to skateboard to to back the gods of skateboarding, like very like School of Rock, you know what I mean? Like sort of shit.
it is, yeah, because like, yeah, and like the different worlds relate to the different gods. So like I'm in a lot of skate, like California, and there's probably another one that's a little bit more green or blue, or it's very classic platformy. Like each god represents like a different stage and style.
Nice, dude.
So I know if you're thinking for another Zen game, this is a very another Zen game.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's as challenge. It could be as challenging as Bloodborne. Or like, all right, I don't want to use a checkpoint. I want to get the point skill. I want to get everything in, because you have to complete all those tasks within the whole run. It's not like you can go back and be like, okay, I didn't get the point challenge, but okay, this could be my point challenge run. You have to do it all in one run. So it could be as challenging as you want it to be, or it's just, hey, because the music is very like jazzy, hip hoppy, lo-fi. Lo-fi. You see those playlists all the time on YouTube and stuff. So yeah, I like the mix. So sometimes if like I like a level and I'm feeling like, okay, I could really get the challenges, I go for it. And sometimes like, hey, I'm just after getting to the end of the level and moving on.
I need the pirate hat. I need to go back. Cool, man.
Yeah, I would say the challenge is always internal with video games. Like I wouldn't say currently like the challenges for me, like you said, getting a pirate hat or whatever, is not like the reason to me like, hey, I got 18,000 points. The top challenge was 20. I think I could get another 2,000 points to be it. Maybe I made there's an area where I could have grinded where I didn't. So as always, the challenge is within you, Josh.
I like that.
And those are like, Moonlighter. I've been playing Moonlighter. One new wrinkle in Moonlighter that I didn't know about with this new like multiple dimensions DLC is there's a new like vendor that you could go to where you could trade like really like high end items that you can't find in the dungeon that you need to unlock different like armor, weapons, abilities. The wrinkle is that it changes every day. So sometimes it's like the items change every day, but also like the barter I can't. Thank you. System changes. So sometimes it's like, I need 6. I need 6 gems to get this golden ring. But then sometimes the next day, those 2 gold to get that golden ring won't be 6 gems. It'll be like 7 vases or like 7 stones. So like it. So that's what I mean. It changes. Just like so like you can't just be like going, okay, I need to find gems. Need to find gems, or I need to find this relic, or I need to find this golden cup, or whatever. Maybe it changes every day, so you can't like hunt. You can't like kind of like seize on one item and be like, okay, I got the 6. I'm gonna go back to him and barter for like the golden cup or ring or whatever.
Is that the guy who's on the left hand side of like the merchant area?
No, he's. I think he's brand new to the DLC only. Only to the DLC.
I don't know if we talked about that on Mike, dude. That I've played it too. I got into Moonlighter.
Yes, I don't think we have actually. No.
Yeah, let me just jump in here real quick. Tell my story. I started playing Moonlighter too. I love it, dude. It's great. But if Elden Ring didn't come out, I would still be playing that. Very fun, dude. Like, I get the dungeon thing, and like the randomized dungeon sections too when you die is great too. I love that. And like the deciding factor of what you're going to take with you to the store. So I know I have very complex gaming habits, I guess, to where like I'll play it for a day, switch over, try to jump around, whatever. So I know how I play this. I play games. Um, this what I did does not affect my thought of the game. But hot take, I looked up how much everything cost to sell. I looked it up because you know what? I know I'm not gonna spend 60 hours in Moonlighter. I just know that myself, and I'm living proof that I was right on my assumption. I played Moonlighter for like 10 hours. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give it max. I didn't give myself a max time, but I knew my time in here was short. So I was like, let me just look up let me not have to stress about price points. I was banking, dude. I made like 30 grand in one purchase or in one day at the shop. I loved it.
Yeah. It's funny because one day if you spend more time, like right now when I open my shop, I sell a mill a day. I won't open up that. I don't. I'm like Supreme here. Like I don't open up my shop until I'm like Supreme. I'm like Gucci. Like I don't open up my shop until I make a mill. It's not, if I don't make a mill, it's not worth it to me. I don't have time for this.
No chump change around here, bro.
Continue,
exactly. Man. This does not affect the way I play the game. Like I still play the game. I'll collect everything and I'll fight all the bosses. Whatever, no big deal. And I still have fun with it. I don't have to stress out about, I didn't figure out how much the whetstone is because I was selling stuff for dirt cheap, dude. Like just to kind of get a range, you know what I mean? Like I was okay, this whetstone can't be like $1,000, but it also can't be like 30 because I had like 40 of them, right? For example. And I was like, I throw it for like 6 and I was getting scammed and like everybody was just like star-eyed, like this is the steal. And then I was like, I'm doing something wrong. And I found myself just like worrying too much about how much this stuff could sell and the price point. And I was like, you know what? I'll have way more fun playing. Like I could rack up however much money, but let me just do the dungeon part. That's what I like the most. And I was like, all right, let me just look up how much all this shit costs, sell it, go back into the world. And it's been such a fun game since, dude. Like I just let everything happen and let me fight the bosses, which are pretty difficult at times too. Like, it's a lot of fun to kind of just go back in. It's like, okay, I need to make more money or I got to find stuff to build more shit. So, yeah, I definitely really enjoyed that game. But like I said, I knew my time in there was limited. So I tried to take advantage as much as I could inside. So,
do you know at some point you could hire somebody to run the shop?
No.
At some point, I'll get you back into it. At some point, you could hire somebody to run the shop where they run the shop during the day. They take their own cut because they're an entrepreneur. But then you could like do double runs in the dungeon. You could do like a day run and a night run in the dungeon, and then like not worry about the selling part of it.
Yeah, that's dope. That would be cool.
So that's to keep you back into it. At some point, you can hire somebody to buy the shop, to run the shop so you don't have to fuss about like, oh, is this selling too much or too low? They kind of take care of that for you. So you just come back from the dungeon after hard days of work at the dungeon and say, oh, look at that, I made $25K, and then peace.
There's two things about that. I love that. That's awesome. But then at the same time, I'm like, this is my money, dude. I'm spending my time in the dungeon. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be the Louis Vuitton of Moonlighter. Like I open exclusively to make big bucks. So I don't know if I'm really into this dude running my shit. Because I don't know, how's he going to react to burglars? Because I've had people come in there try to steal my shit, too, which was wild at first. Because, like, now I think I'm on, like, the 3rd upgraded store. I've got a lot of real estate to cover. And, I got to be aware of these things so no one steals my shit. So it's like, I don't want that. But what I did notice in there, too, the little people that come into shop, I saw one of them was Cloud from Final Fantasy. Yeah, they have, like, little, like, I don't know if there's other hidden Easter eggs of people coming into the shop, but Cloud showed up and I was like, he's going to steal my shit or blow my shop down, dude. Like, I don't know what you're doing in here, bro, but no shirt, no shoes, no service. You know what I mean? So it's just like, chill out, bro. But very intriguing. All the little things you can do, even when you buy decorations, like that gives you more money too, and it's like, holy
It's true.
shit.
Like tip, you could like you get like decorations for more
Yeah.
tips, or you could extend the day. But yep,
Dude, very fun game,
it's
super
cool.
fun game, and
Hmm.
I get how you mentioned this is like one of like your favorite games, and it's just like a really good game, and I can agree with that. Super fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think initially I put like 50 hours in to the first
Mm-hmm.
game, and I think right now I'm like close to like 15 hours just playing the
Yeah.
DLC. And I see what I need to do to upgrade a couple things to really get to that to finally beat the DLC. So I'm thinking like I probably have like another like 5 to 10 hours into this small
Yeah,
DLC
dude.
that I bought for like $3 that is just like somehow extended this game for like another 25
Dude,
hours.
it's also like the strategy of going in the dungeons and like being like, okay, let me jump out of here. Like I have to sacrifice the 3 grand to jump
Mm-hmm.
out and deposit. It's like, is my deposit worth more than 3 grand? You know what I mean? So you're just like, oh fuck, do I want to jump now? Like I could die and lose it all in the next run. And like you're just
True.
like being very strategic on what you're taking back to the shop and what you need to survive the dungeon for more stuff. So you're like, if I don't jump now, I could lose it, but I don't have enough that's worth it. And you're like, let's just run it. And then you die. And then you're like, fuck. Like, all this
Yeah,
other
that
stuff.
stings, dude. When you have a full sack of good goodies and you're like,
Let me,
oh, and you go, and especially if you have like a health potion to the right and you didn't use the health potion because you didn't pay attention to your stats, and you're like, I had 3 health potions, and somehow I'm going down the tubes and I lost
I
all my
lost all my
goodies.
shit. And he was like,
And I was like, dang, that's a rough beat, man. I was like, whew.
heartbreak, dude. But what's
Yeah.
also what I like about this too, because I looked it up, is you cannot upgrade the pouch or the backpack or whatever the hell you have. You can
Mm-hmm.
only take 20 items for the whole game, which was interesting because you're like, okay, I need whetstones for my new suit, but do I really need the whetstones when I could potentially find bigger items? You know what I mean? And it's just like, fuck the whetstones. Let's see what I get. You know what I mean? And you have to like really just figure
Sure.
out the inventory. You're like, that sells for a good price, but I could sell something better, or I could find
Mm-hmm.
more stuff for my suit so that I can go further in. So
Yeah, because you could like play with that. Definitely, you could like focus more like on
yeah.
health, or you could or obviously you could focus more like on attack and maybe like a little bit less health, but like my attacks are like 3-4 times
Mm-hmm.
stronger. So if you're good at dodging and rolling, it's a worthy risk to take.
Yeah,
But,
definitely dig it. So if anybody listening to this point, check that shit out. That shit is dope.
and it's available
Yeah,
everywhere,
literally
literally.
everywhere.
Phone, PC,
Yeah,
Xbox, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis,
everywhere.
Sony, Dreamcast. Just look it up. You can play this game anywhere. It's super
You
fun to
play it
play.
on the T9. What is it? The TI-95, dude. That.
Yeah, after you're done playing Drug Wars, switch over and play some Moonlighter.
Oh my god, too good. So we got not a lot of news topics this week. There's a lot of stuff that
True.
happened in like the couple weeks, but like everything kind of is dated. So we're gonna try to stay a little current to this episode. And PlayStation recently jumped in to let us know what they have in their state of play. We'll keep it brief. Mikey B and I talked about this off mic, and not a lot to really come back and talk about. It's a lot of stuff is okay, but nothing really worth like, the time. So one of the things that PlayStation brought up, which I wanted today, is the Cowabunga collection. So the Cowabunga collection is the Ninja Turtles games leading up to the Shredder game. So we have everything from like the Super Nintendo, from the NES. I think those are about it. All your classic retro Ninja Turtles games. And you best believe I'm going to get the one for the NES. I'm going to play that one. And I am going to beat the underwater level. I, in my 30 years of gaming, have never beat that level. And it's the hardest Ninja Turtles game I've ever played. And I want revenge. So the Cowabunga collection, I don't know if it's exclusive for PlayStation, but it kind of seems like it. No.
Oh, it's on. It's coming to the
Oh,
Switch.
the Switch. That would
Yep.
be even fun to give it like that more of like that retro feel too. So
Playing on a Nintendo console, playing like Nintendo games.
yeah.
Yes.
So I am 6,000,000% with this. This is if I could get some cool shit pre-order, which I don't know if you can do that. Like you won't get like cool skins in the game, but I might do it for a little collectible. I could be sold for that, but this is definitely one of those where I can't miss out. But also the cool thing too about these like re-releases and all this stuff is you can pause, rewind, and do all that cool shit. So I'm gonna fucking beat that underwater level, dude, and I'm gonna see what's after that because I don't know what's after that, and I refuse to let that level get the best of me. So, what do you think about this, Mikey B?
This, I like this quite a bit. It's super fun to take back in nostalgia and play the games from our our youth. And there's some games I haven't played or even thought about. Like obviously the NES one is famous. There's going to be Turtles in Time, which is an instant classic. But they're also going to have the arcade game, which is fun, which I vaguely remember a little bit. But they also have I didn't know there was a turtle like fighting game.
Yeah, I think there was like two of them, wasn't it?
There's two turtle fighting games. There's games for like the GBA that I didn't never played. So it's quite a collection. If it's priced under $30, it seems like a good day one
Oh yeah, it's
cop.
a steal if it's $30, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it does get you kind of primed for the new Ninja Turtle game that should be coming out sometime this year.
hopefully, fingers crossed, dude.
Yeah,
This
fingers crossed,
this is like
definitely.
a nice combo platter before we get to the main course, you know.
Yes, it's a nice appetizer. True.
Yeah, I didn't know that they made so many games. Honestly, like I
No.
obviously we all know Turtles in Time and the NES. We're like the
Yes.
most like I don't know, the ones I would see the most at like
Good.
Funko Land. You know what I mean? Like Funko Land showed
True.
those. But you've got like the Manhattan Project I never heard of. Tournament Fighters, never heard of those.
Which looks like Street Fighter
It looks
too.
awesome, dude.
Like
It looks really good.
yeah, it looks cool. I want to play that one.
What else did they have? Let me see. Um, uh, the Hyperstone Heist, Follow the Foot Clan, Back from the Sewers, Radical Rescue. So, I think you can play these online too. So you don't have
I
to
think
do like all local play. So,
true. I think you're right.
so with Turtles in Time, you get the gang on. It's gonna be a good time, dude. This is
And like you mentioned,
no. I was gonna say this is a great. This is a great thing for all you side-scrolling beat 'em up dudes. Dudes
Mhm.
or
no doubt about that.
girls. Don't exclude gamers.
True.
So hyped. This is good. This is cool.
Yep, 100% agree. The big thing for me is a game I had never even played, but I like this game quite a bit, even though I never played it. There's DLC for Returnal. It's co-op play, which is fun, and survivor mode, which comes in March. This is if I owned a PlayStation 5, this is like top 2 tier game that I want to pick up day one. So it's cool to see that they're still supporting Returnal. Co-op play is always appreciated. So
Yeah, it's interesting that they put the
that's
survival mode in there too. Is that I
mm-hmm,
don't know. I obviously haven't played any of this, but I want to. Um,
mm-hmm.
but I don't think the main storyline is co-op. This co-op thing is all new. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because even in this article, they say they're still unclear how this works. They're not sure if it's like you and yeah, like we could like play the story co-op style, or it's like its own separate mode. So it's still unclear about how this
Or
co-op
they're
works.
probably
But
doing it like the
it's
Elden Ring style, dude, where like I'll
mm,
play the story and you play the
yeah.
story too. But like let's say I'm stuck at a boss, I can bring you into my world to help me with the boss.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
That'll be
so
fun.
like I'll bring you into my world. We whoop some ass, obviously. And then yeah, you get sent back to your world with rewards. And you don't lose anything. So that would be fun. I like that style of play too. It's annoying because you have to keep requesting people. So like if you and I are playing this and like let's say I die, you get kicked out. We don't stay in the one online session. I have to keep
Mm-hmm.
bringing you back, which kind of sucks, but the rewards are very high though. So Returnal, the survival sounds cool too. Just because I remember seeing like the world and some of like the enemies into it, so a survival in this could be really sweet. So
I agree.
dig it.
One more game. I forgot about this one. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but will be coming to Xbox probably within a year. Is Ghostwire Tokyo? I don't know if you ever seen a trailer for this game, but this is like Doctor Strange the video game.
Listening.
It's like set. It's like set in Japan. If you watch some of the games, like he's doing like he's doing spells and moving his hands around, and you're like, yeah, you're pretty much like a mystic warrior, Doctor Strange, wizard, sorcerer type guy in Japan.
This was talked about at the Video Game Awards, wasn't it?
It's true. It's just I think it just got one last trailer because it's dropping on the 25th.
I remember this. Definitely looks interesting.
So like, yeah, it's cool because I've never seen a game that like so focused on like magic and sorcery and like using that as like your main combat. Because most times in games, when it's added into games, it's kind of like a secondary, and this is like the first time I've seen it as like your main way of defending yourself.
Yeah. This could be fun, dude.
Also, just because Doctor Strange is coming out soon, so maybe just like that added wrinkle of like, man, it'd be cool if there was a Doctor Strange video game, and it'd be cool if it was. And what happens if it was set in Japan?
Do a couple of these, and then do some cool shit happening, and I'll travel all over the map. That looks fun, man. That looks very interesting, but I feel like some of those games, like, not that I need more, but I feel like I want to see more.
It's open world. It's all. Also, I know it's like it's definitely an open world game too. So it's like open world game set in Japan, and
I would love to see more. I would love to see a gameplay video of this for sure, like actual gameplay.
Sure. Gotcha. Not just
on another note of the state of play, Call of Duty Gundam is coming out. It's not really called Call of Duty Gundam, but Gundam's got their own version of Warzone coming out. Free to play online. It looks fun, dude. But it's again first person shooter, and you're shooting down other Gundams, so it's pretty much Titanfall, I guess. Is what it sounds like. So this could be cool.
Gotcha.
Definitely, it's a free to play, so definitely maybe a quick download and try this out. But it's again, I think they're just trying to milk the whole, battle royale, Warzone thing. So, I mean, if it.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. I'm looking at the trailer.
I mean, the battle royale. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you want to get a piece of the pie, by all means. So it's fun. So definitely worth a try. But other than that, I didn't really see anything else that PlayStation was really talking about. So we'll kind of just
great. Those two games were my main takeaways from the state of play.
So PlayStation. Good job. Cool. I dig it. Okay. Other news that I just recently saw. Grand Theft Auto 5 is finally coming to next gen. Grand Theft Auto is finally moving on up to present day. But here's the catch is the game's not free. So you cannot upgrade to next gen for free $99. So the Xbox 5 and the Xbox One it's a hot $30, dude. So if you want to play next gen, you gotta cough up the 30. So I don't know if that's the same price for online, but I think there's a price gap between the two. So kind of sus, kind of dumb. Can't hate it. The game is still really fun. If the game sucked and they put this shit there, then we got problems. But Grand Theft Auto Online is still killing it. So maybe this is going to, fund a new dev team to give us an even greater GTA 6. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not in a rush to get this. I'll keep it at that. So any thoughts on charging for next gen? Because I also, too, while this is going around, Cyberpunk released their next gen, which still kind of didn't do that well, but that was free. So it's like you're going from free to charging for online next gen. What do you think, Mikey B?
I think think it's a bad
Yeah,
move.
right.
I think it's a bad move. It's anti like consumer in some ways. I think like everyone, especially at even at well, just because at the $30 price point, like even like PlayStation does it with like that whole Horizon 2
Yeah, yeah.
Zero Dawn
Forbidden West.
fiasco was like like even that was kind of like sketchy a little bit, but even that but it was a little less impactful because it's like it's $10, so I guess it's not like
Yeah,
totally bad, even though it's like a little not cool to the consumer, but like at $30 for a game that's been out for 8 years, that's been remastered and remade from the original PlayStation 3 version out to like to the PlayStation 4 and now again to the PlayStation 5. It's like you have all you have all the money in the world, Rockstar. Like I understand why don't you could just do like the people who's been supporting this all these years, a solid and say, hey, make it
yeah.
free. Even if it's just for like the first like year, I think that would be a good, nice, kind gesture towards people that have been supporting the
Something,
game.
you know. But the problem is like, where is this going? You know what I mean? Like, it's just you're not really doing anything new, unless like the $30
Yeah,
is like I said, funding something. But like,
mm,
come on, it's the same fucking game for so long. Like, even spending $30 is like, do I have to play the story all over again? You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna get my money's worth for $30? Like, for a faster loading screen, you know what I mean? And like maybe an improved like high speed chase with the police, like
yeah, like it looks
yeah.
better,
So it's
sure.
like whack, dude. But the community is strong for GTA 5 though. Like
No
obviously the
doubt.
game's been doing so well since the past two gens. So it's like if you put the price, they will pay for it. So it's like everything this is doing is only raising the bar up for GTA 6. Everything that's happening since in the last like year or two is only making GTA 6 has to be the perfect game at this point. Like if you're not mastering GTA 5 in the last 8 years and you release a bullshit version of GTA 6 that's like a cyberpunk, you're going to lose a lot of people. And I think it's a gamble that Rockstar is kind of playing right now. So hopefully, we got news that GTA 6 is in the production, so hopefully they're just like moving this massive GTA 6 server file into a bigger one, and GTA 6 is going to be off the chain. It's going to be, if GTA 6 isn't all over the world, the game's going to suck. I want to play GTA 5 or GTA 6 in Egypt, and if you don't let me jack people for camels, I want my money back, dude. So GTA 6 needs to be global. Is all I'm saying, dude. So sus move, Rockstar, not that cool, but again, you're just raising the bar up for GTA 6 with everything you do. You got anything else news wise? I don't really. Those are pretty much just some of the things that I've seen recently. Nothing too crazy. We're not, getting a new gen or some shit like that. So nothing.
No, and like the E3 stuff doesn't happen until
Yeah.
June,
So
so we're a little bit of a slower news period
dig
for
it,
some
dude.
time.
Yeah, we could wrap this part of the episode up. I have been joined with the homie Mikey B.
Like I said before, video games are rad.
Video
Keep playing
games are
them.
rad, and the console boys will be back. See ya. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Gaming Console Podcast. Now, if you're not with us on the social game, you're really missing out. On Instagram, follow us at the Gaming Console Podcast. Facebook is the Gaming Console Podcast. Also, follow us on Twitter. We're the Console Boys on Twitter, so hit us up, tweet us. Everything podcast related, episode wise, go to gamingconsolepod.com.
The Council Boys in the building tonight. Oh, what a feeling. I'm feeling life.
Console Boys are out.